Welcome back, YouTube, to part 2 of unboxing number 16 on Atlanta to Dallas Aviation. Now, I believe I might have said part 1 was unboxing 15. That was incorrect, but I did post it correctly as being unboxing number 16. So if you haven't watched that video yet, just ignore that I said it was unboxing number 15. It's unboxing number 16, and part 1 was the wide bodies. Part 2 is the narrow body set of airplanes that I got, and we will go ahead and get started on this. So first of all, from NG Models, we have this Copa Airlines Boeing 737-800. Its registration is Hotel Papa-1841 Charlie Mike Papa, and it is in the 75th anniversary retro scheme. And this plane was delivered in September of 2014 and is approximately 9 years old, and it is currently active. This item number is 58165. So let's bring in our airplane here. Get it set up for our 360 here. My Spanish isn't the best, if you can even call it speaking Spanish at all. Años, I know, is years, so 75 years. Conectando America. And I'm probably completely butchered that. I assume that means connecting America, but I'm probably wrong. It's probably something like serving America. So if any of y'all who speak Spanish, maybe as a first language, or just you studied it and you speak it really well, maybe you can tell me in the comment section what those two words actually are. And as usual, a very well done model by NG. Pretty much their 737 NG's mold is pretty much second to none. Panda has a pretty good mold of it too, but Panda sometimes doesn't do an extremely good job with their quality control, and will often get passenger window lines that are too high, or their quality control is usually more about printing than anything else. Usually it's well put together and everything. So anyway, so let's get a closer look at this. Whoa, too close. There we go. Alright, so the very nicely shaped nose and cockpit windows there. A proper height for the nose gear. Got your antenna there down at the bottom, and we got a really cool Copa titles there with a jet airplane. I assume you can see that and you know, but so there's the little jet airplane, and then I guess you could, this is just contrail from the jet. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to call it. And then we have the 75 Años Conectando America. Again, I'm not sure. I probably butchered that, but I don't know. But anyway, but then you also have the red and yellow cheat line running down the passenger windows there. Very, very nice. Very old school. And then we got, we also have it on the split scimitars here, or at least on the top part of the split scimitars. And then you can see the registration kind of hiding back here next to the L2 door. And then the cheat line runs up. Runs up the the tail here, and then the titles where they were red up here with the airplane and contrails being red. Now it's against the red background and Copa is in white, and the airplane with its contrail is also white. So very nice contrast there. And then you can see our APU exhaust right back here. A very nice release by, a very nice release by NG. If I remember correctly, I think Gemini Jets got theirs out first, and I am absolutely positive that Gemini Jets did a great job on their printing. It's just their mold just isn't near as good. So there you have it for the Copa Retro 75th anniversary. All right. We will now move on to my second one, which is the Avianca A320-200. This one is, I'm calling it a Heritage Tail, because obviously the good 2/3, the front of the aircraft is absolutely Avianca, so I'm calling it Heritage Tail. And this is also an NG models, and here's the item number here. 15027 is the item number. And we will bring in the aircraft here. So this is a CO version A320. Again in the Taka Heritage Tail. And while I'm doing this 360, let me go ahead and remind everyone that if you're enjoying the content, the low-tech content, please leave me a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That would be nice. Again, I'm only really doing this channel to share my love of collecting and aviation, or collecting models of airplanes, basically, mostly commercial. But, you know, it'd be nice to have some likes and some regular subscribers. So I thought I would go ahead and throw that in rather than panicking at the end to remember to get it in there, or to get the request in there. All right, so we're done with the 360. I'm going to get in a little bit closer here. Oops. There we go. I think this is about as close as it usually lets me get. Alright, so again, this is Avianca. The registration on this aircraft is November 567 Alpha Victor. And it is a CO. So old engine options. And the engines on this particular one are the CFM engines. This aircraft was delivered to Avianca in February of 2011, so making it approximately 12 and a half years old, and it is currently active. Alright, so we have our nice shaped nose here. And the I believe that's Colombian flag. We got the Colombian flag right here underneath the cockpit windows, and it's part of Star Alliance. So here's the Star Alliance logo, and then the nice Avianca titles with its very clever I don't remember what you call these things, but anyway, it's like a bird of some sort. And that bird colors are inverted on the all red engines. Red engines, here's your mostly white bird. On the CFM engines. And another kind of thing, I think, well, both Panda and NG do a really good job, is making this nose gear. I don't know that if this nose gear is actually angled forward or if it just kind of looks that way, but they've done a really good job of replicating how that looks on the real airplane. So that is paying attention to detail to get something like that. All right. So we keep moving on here. Got some of our aerials that you can kind of see. Then we move back. We got this is fence tips. So as you can see, we have the top of the fence tip, and where the top and the bottom of it connect is red, and then just this little bitty tip on the bottom side is gray. And then we move back here, registration here, and then we start the retro tail. So this little bird was Taka's symbol. Symbol's not the word I'm trying to remember, but anyway, and then we go back here to the tail with Taka's old colors on the tail with logo. Yeah, logo. This is actually logo. And then the Taka titles, and then you can see right up here in the little bitty white spot at the tip of the tail, another Colombian flag there. And then our nicely shaped APU back there. So that is it for the. So that's it for the Avianca Taka Retro Tail on the Airbus A320 CO. We will put that one aside now. Last but not least, my first, actually to tell you the truth, the Copa is also a first. I don't think I have another Copa in my nearly 600 model collection. So I believe that Copa was my first one, and then Ryanair here, this is my first one. My first Ryanair. I didn't get the one that NG put out after this one. I just wanted the most modern one, which is the one with the split scimitars. So that's why I got this one. I needed it for my collection, and I guess if and when NG, or even Gemini for that matter, if they put out another, because I think one has been put out, but if they put out another Ryanair on the Max mold, I will probably get one of those, and that'll be it for Ryanair, because Ryanair doesn't fly wouldn't even be able to fly to my fictional airport. But I do want to have some representation for Ryanair. So a Ryanair Max 8, Max 8-200, the high density Max 8. I will get one of those when another one of those gets released. But anyway, this one is, as you can see, a Boeing 737-800. And it also is an NG release. And here is the item number, 58163. All right. We will bring in this model. Get the camera ready for the 360. Right. Let's do our low-tech 360 here. Very nice model, again on probably the best 737-800 mold available. A lot of people complain that there isn't a stand hole, and you know, I kind of get it, but I feel like a lot of people who would buy this model are probably wanting to put it in an airport setting, so it doesn't really matter that there's no stand hole. It's probably actually better that it doesn't have a stand hole. Looking really nice. I really love their logo. I like the angel. I assume that's what it is. It looks like an angel to me, but it's also a heart. Or maybe it's just a heart that is in shape of an angel. I'm not sure, but I really like that logo. Not extremely high on the airline itself, but the logo is pretty cool. And I like their colors, the dark blue and kind of a goldish yellow. So that's really nice. right, so 360 completed. Let's get a good side view here before we zoom in. Now, of course, like I said, this is Ryanair, and its registration is Echo India dash Delta Lima Yankee. He does have the split scimitars, and it was delivered to Ryanair in October of 2006, making it approximately 16.8 years old, and it is currently active. Oops, just a little too close. Oh, here we go. Alright, so again we have the nicely shaped 737 nose there, and some nicely printed details of the pitted tubes here. And then the underbelly color starts just underneath the cockpit windows here, with the yellow stripe and the navy blue bottom there. Got the L1 door, and right next to the L1 door is the logo that I really love from Ryanair. And speaking of Ryanair, then there's the titles there, and the yellow and blue belly sweeps up and over the wing, as you can probably see here, up and over the wing. And we also have a little bit of that yellow and blue underbelly on the engines down here. Moving on back, we got the split scimitars here. The bottom one is just gray, but the top one says Ryanair in yellow on a blue background. And then you have the Irish flag, and then the registration, and then the rear door, and the blue and yellow stripe continue on back all the way back to the APU, and we have a beautiful navy blue background tail with the gold angel harp logo on the tail. Oh, and it also looks like I missed it. I'm not sure if that's focused for you, but the far scimitar on the inside of the winglet, or of the scimitar, we have white background with blue Ryanair written on it. So the inside facing the windows is white with blue lettering, and the outside is background is blue with I'm pretty sure that's the yellow is yellow lettering and not white lettering. There we go. It's definitely focused now on that far one. Let's see if it focuses on the closer one here. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, it's definitely yellow lettering on the outside. Alright, my friends, that'll do it for part 2 of unboxing number 16. I sure hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, happy collecting.